Welcome to The Right Question. I'm Daphne Gray Grant, and my topic today is how to take notes when reading. I have a question from Debbie Garrity, a business owner based in Chicago. Here's what she's asked via email. How do you write notes when reading a book? Some people might be foolish enough to think that this is a silly question with an obvious answer like pick up a pencil. But that's not the case. The question actually shows your sophistication, Debbie. Let me give you a step-by-step guide on how to take notes while reading. First, decide what level of reading you want to do. Obviously, a book by John Grisham or Danielle Steele doesn't fall into the same category as The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, link below. So, first determine your purpose. With the 7 Habits book, for example, your goal might be to change your own behavior, and that is something you should keep in mind while you're reading. Some novelists might want to learn from their predecessors. For example, if you're a fan of Barbara Kingsolver and you're reading one of her books, you might want to take notes reflecting how she accomplishes certain techniques she uses. Again, remind yourself of your specific purpose and be sure to pay attention to it. For example, you might want to investigate how the author uses figurative language, or you might want to see how they manage plot. Again, every reader's goal is going to be different, and so every note-taker's style must be different as well. Once you've determined your purpose for a particular book, take 5 minutes to look it over. Look at the front cover and the back one. Read the table of contents. Skim the index if it has one. See how many chapters there are. All of these steps will help familiarize you with the book. And if they make it seem too lightweight or unsuitable, they may allow you to even skip reading it altogether. Once you start reading, however, be sure to have a pen or pencil in hand. I love taking notes in books that I own. They help make the book mine. I underline passages, I put stars beside things I want to remember. I put any notes into the book that I feel are important to me. If the book belongs to the library, or a friend, or it's on my Kindle, I read with my cell phone beside me, and I take photos of anything I want to remember. This is a really useful habit to develop. And if you're the type of person who abhors taking notes in books, then maybe you should skip directly to the taking photos method. One other alternative is to have a stack of stickies beside you, or a notepad, or a pile of index cards. Then, at the end of every chapter, write yourself a summary statement of what you've learned. It doesn't have to be complicated. Just jot down 2 or 3 points that you want to be sure to remember. This last step is particularly important if your record-keeping method involves taking photos. Because you won't have taken notes in the book, it will be especially important to capture your impressions in understandable form while they're still fresh in your mind. Once you've finished the book, then give yourself a couple of days to let the material incubate or sit there. Then review all the notes you've taken and the passages you've underlined. At this point, write a 1-paragraph summary that brings together all the information you've collected on this book. Finally, you'll need a place to store all of this information. Being organized about where you keep your records will help you make the most use of them. I like to use Evernote, which is a digital-based system that allows me to save everything from text to photos to PDFs quickly and easily. One of the great things about Evernote is that it allows you to tag all entries. Essentially, this means that you're building an index on the go so that it will be really easy to capture that information later. See my link below for more details on Evernote. I admit, there's nothing terribly profound or surprising about the tips I've just suggested to you. Instead, it's just a disciplined and common sense way of tracking the information you're reading so that you can find it again later. Finally, let me wrap up with a quote from American writer, editor, and literary critic Edgar Allan Poe. Marking a book is literally an experience of your differences or agreements with the author. It is the highest respect you can pay. Debbie, taking good notes while you're reading isn't complicated. It does, however, require determination and discipline. The rewards are many.